freezing winter night in February 1959. 9 experienced hikers fled their tent into the snow. They left behind their boots, their coats, and every chance of survival. What happened next remains one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. When rescuers finally reached their campsite, they found a tent slashed open from the inside. Strange footprints led away into the darkness. Some of the hikers had frozen to death. Others had suffered devastating internal injuries that seemed almost impossible to explain. One victim was missing her tongue. Another's clothing showed traces of radiation. For more than 6 decades, investigators, scientists, and conspiracy theorists have searched for answers.
Run is peaking. It exceeds our estimates.
That means the run-out zone is much larger.
But the mountains have never revealed their secret. This is the story of the Dyatlov Pass Incident. The year was 1959. The world was deep in the Cold War. The Soviet Union encouraged challenging expeditions that tested endurance, discipline, and courage.
I can't go on! Go back!
Across the vast Ural Mountains, thousands of young adventurers took on some of the harshest winter conditions on Earth, hoping to earn the highest hiking certifications. Among them was a 23-year-old engineering student named Igor Dyatlov. Igor wasn't reckless. Friends described him as calm, intelligent, and exceptionally prepared. He had already completed several demanding expeditions and had earned the respect of everyone who climbed beside him. When he announced a new winter expedition through one of the most remote regions of the northern Ural Mountains, 8 experienced hikers eagerly joined him. Together, they formed a team unlike any other. The group consisted of university students and recent graduates. There was Zinaida Kolmogorova, energetic and optimistic, known for encouraging everyone even during the harshest conditions. Rustem Slobodin was athletic and physically strong, capable of enduring long days of difficult climbing. Ludmila Dubanina was fearless, outspoken, and determined to prove herself on every expedition. Alexander Kolovatov was quiet and analytical, preferring logic over emotion. Yuri Doroshenko and Georgy Krivonishenko brought humor to the group, often lifting everyone's spirits during exhausting hikes. Nikolai Thibault-Brignol was adventurous and dependable. And Semyon Zolodorov, the oldest member at 38 years old, was a decorated military veteran whose experience made him an invaluable addition to the expedition. Despite their different personalities, they all shared one goal: to complete one of the Soviet Union's most difficult winter expeditions and earn the prestigious Grade 3 hiking certification, the highest level available at the time. None of them knew this journey would become their last. On January 23, 1959,
Be careful on the ridge, the wind is
team
biting.
departed from Sverdlov, filled with excitement. Photographs from the first
Did
days
you pack
of the
the heavy rope
expedition
this time,
show
Nikolai?
smiling
I
faces,
did, and I
playful
definitely did not
snowball
forget the metal
fights,
flask
and
either.
moments of laughter. Nothing suggested the tragedy that was waiting ahead. After several train rides and truck journeys, they reached the last inhabited settlement before entering the wilderness. From that point onward, they were completely on their own. Towering forests surrounded them. The temperature often dropped below -30 degrees Celsius. Powerful winds swept across the mountain slopes, turning every step into a battle against nature. Yet the hikers pressed forward with confidence. They documented everything in journals. They took photographs almost every day. Even in brutal weather, their spirits remained remarkably high. Then, something unexpected happened. One member of the expedition began suffering from severe pain caused by sciatica. His name was Yuri Yudin. Unable to continue, he made the heartbreaking decision to turn back. His friends hugged him goodbye, promising they would meet again once the expedition was over. Yuri watched as the group disappeared into the snowy wilderness. He had no idea that this simple goodbye would save his life. He would become the only member of the expedition to return home alive. The remaining 9 hikers continued deeper into the frozen mountains, completely unaware that history was quietly leading them toward one of the world's greatest unsolved mysteries. Within days, every one of them would be dead, and when rescuers finally reached their campsite, they would discover a scene so disturbing that even after more than 60 years, experts still cannot agree on what truly happened on that freezing winter night. More than 6 decades have passed since that cold winter night in the Ural Mountains. Investigators reopened the case. Scientists analyzed the evidence. Countless theories emerged, from avalanches and powerful katabatic winds to secret military experiments, infrasound, and even paranormal explanations. Yet none of them can answer every question. Why did 9 experienced hikers cut their way out of their tent instead of using the entrance? Why did they leave behind the clothing they desperately needed to survive? What caused the severe internal injuries found on some of the victims? And why do so many details still refuse to fit together? In 2019, Russian authorities reopened the investigation and later concluded that a natural avalanche was the most likely explanation. But many researchers remain unconvinced, arguing that the available evidence still leaves important questions unanswered. Perhaps the truth was buried beneath the snow long ago, or perhaps the mountain still keeps its secret. The Dyatlov Pass Incident isn't remembered because we know what happened. It's remembered because we don't. And until every question is answered, the mystery of Dyatlov Pass will continue to haunt history.